Namaskaram. So, day 19 of the Safe Soil journey, and last few days we have been covering in terms of how we can become a little more conscious, which can contribute towards a conscious planet. So, I hope you have been experimenting with this in terms of how we can reduce the number of words which we are using. Also, if we can spend enough time in silence. So, these things will help us to become a little more conscious about what we are doing, about what we are speaking. So, this is something which can assist you. So, today, in continuation with that, I just want to share about one more quality which is extremely important for any person. It doesn't matter whatever field you choose. If if one doesn't have relentless commitment towards whatever they choose, we will see that we will keep shifting. So this is very very important that to have relentless commitment towards whatever you care for. So as you've been observing in the last 18 days, how Sadhguru has been going at the Safe Soil movement. It's like he's just going on incessantly, and in spite of so many difficulties and challenges which are coming his way, whether it's bad weather, rain, wind, snow, whatever challenges are coming up, if you just look at his schedule right now, it looks really insane kind of schedule, where generally if you just travel, let's say even if you travel for about 7-8 hours, the first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to break for the next at least half a day, so that you can just relax and rejuvenate. But here there is no break. The moment you finish, then it's in back to back meetings, conferences, and so many things, and then again you're on the road to do the same thing for over a period of 100 days. This is no mean feat, and I can just imagine what kind of commitment it would take from a person to just fulfill this. And the easiest thing would be that whenever some challenge comes up, to just give it up and think that this is not possible. So it takes a very different level of commitment to kind of do something like this. So I'm just speaking about this because this is like an inspiration for us to see that how we can bring this quality into whatever we do. We may not be able to reach there right now to that extent what he's doing, because that is something which is really phenomenal at the level of commitment. For most people, they would have definitely given up in just a few days. If we had to do such a kind of journey, we would definitely not be able to. For most of us, we can't even think about doing such a thing. But just this quality which Sadhguru is trying to make us understand that why this is so important to have this quality of relentless commitment. Because if once you are committed towards something, as Sadhguru was mentioning, there's no such thing as failure for a person who's committed. It's just that you may fall and then again you stand up and again you walk. But there's no such thing as failure if you're committed towards what you want to achieve or towards what you want to do. So it's very important. What we can do is we can just start with something as simple as doing our sadhana. If you have picked up something, if you have learned something, it doesn't matter what's happening, whether you are busy, whether you are traveling, whether you have something very important coming up, or you have relatives coming in your home, or so many other things which may be coming your way. But it doesn't matter whatever is happening, if you can still keep up that sadhana, this itself can strengthen your commitment in a huge way. So as I was sharing with you earlier, for me, never had I done anything with a certain commitment for a long period of time. And when I just learned Shambhavi for the first time in 2008, that was the first time when I did something with commitment without a single day's break for 40 days and then 6 months. So whatever you do, if you can just start your sadhana with this commitment, that doesn't matter whatever happens, it doesn't matter whatever happens, whatever the reasons are, there should be no excuse for me to skip, and I will just continue doing whatever I am doing relentlessly. This itself will strengthen you in a huge way tremendously, and this quality of being committed can rub off in all areas of your life. Because if there's a lack of commitment, you will see that you'll never kind of try to finish anything. It'll be just that we'll be taking half-hearted steps. We'll be going through something and then we feel like, okay, this is not happening, and then again you just turn back. So like this it'll be just going around in circles. So just to stay committed to something irrespective of the outcomes, this itself is like a spiritual process. It doesn't matter what the outcomes are, or it doesn't matter what is the end result. You just committed to the process, and that itself is like a spiritual path. So please see if you can use this opportunity for the next 80 days which we have remaining. If you can use this opportunity to establish your commitment, if you can take up something whichever you want to do on a committed basis, doesn't matter whatever happens, that you still want to continue doing this for the next 80 days, you will see by the end of 80 days you will be a completely transformed person, because this commitment itself will transform you. The practices by themselves, definitely they have a transformative factor in them. It can definitely help you, but more than the practices, I would say just the commitment of doing something irrespective of whatever is happening around you, this itself can be transforming for people. So please see if you can use this opportunity. And Sadhguru's work and what he is doing here is an inspiration for us to see how we can relook at our commitment and see if we can take this up, at least for the next 81 days. If we can take this up, you choose something whatever you care for, and see if we can do it with relentless commitment. It could be as simple as doing a yogic practice, or maybe spending 10 minutes a day to share about safe soil movement, or whatever else. It doesn't matter what you pick up. The quantity or the amount of work which you're doing is not important. The important thing is to see how you can bring this quality, and it starts with a small step. And you will see that once this happens, once this quality of commitment enters into your life, then it can slowly rub off into all areas of your life. And this itself will have a very different impact on when people are around you. They will see that you're a completely different person, because a committed person, when you are with someone, you can clearly know whether this person, whatever they are saying, they are committed to it or not. So you can clearly feel that quality. So this is an opportunity for us to take this step. Let's see if we can make this happen. Namaskar.